All right, welcome to the Eric J. the Great podcast show. We got a special guest on the show today, Fonz Brown. How you doing?
I'm well, man. How you doing, E? Glad to be here, homie.
Are you doing all right, man? Just taking it day by day.
Heard that. That's all we can do. Get my computer there. It's all we can do, man.
Yeah, for anybody that don't know who this is, this is a very I would say multi-talented man. He's involved in a lot of different things. Got a lot of successful things going on. He helps the community and things like that. So we're gonna get into his whole story of how he came up, and then we'll get into all the different things he's involved in the city and how it's having a positive impact on people.
Yeah.
So first off, man, just tell the people where you're from and how old are you?
What's going on, man? My name's Fonz Brown. To everybody who don't know me from the west side of Louisville, man, I'm 43 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been out here in these streets for a long time, making the transition to the corporate type of cat. But I've been out here for a minute, you know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. So what's the first thing that come to your mind when you hear your hometown?
Shit. When I heard about my hometown, I mean, of course, everybody first thing you want to talk is Derby, you know what I'm saying? But me personally, it's a lot with the West, West End, you know what I'm saying? And with my mission, I try to focus a lot of my things that I do around the West End. So, that's what I try to make people understand, what bring people to mind from West, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So for anybody that ain't never been to Louisville, man, just kind of describe what type of city Louisville is, and just kind of describe some of the circumstances and struggles you had to go through just growing up as an African American
Yeah,
kid.
I mean, Louisville's a beautiful city, man. Like I said, a lot of people get misconstrued because you hear Kentucky, and automatically you think rural country area, man. We actually, if I'm not mistaken, like the 15th or 16th largest, you know what I'm saying, in the nation. One of the top three with food, you know what I'm saying, where you can actually get any cuisine from any genre of people, you know what I'm saying. So you can definitely get your eat on here. It's a lot to do here that people really don't tap into. I think, when you are from here, you kind of get tied into doing your regular rigmarole, things. But if you kind of get outside the box, like I said, that's one of the things that I've been fortunate enough to, explore, is being more outside of my regular surroundings that I grew up in, and learn about more culture things around my city, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So how was it growing up here as a kid slash
I
teenager?
mean, just typical story. Single mother. What I'm saying, type of thing. Trying to find my way. I used to run around, of course, with all the wrong crowds like everybody else. You know what I mean, on their gang bang and shit. But at the end of the day, it led me to a life doing a lot of unnecessary things I needed to do to survive. You know what I'm saying? So it gives me a unique perspective on a lot of the issues and things that I tackle today. You know what I'm saying, in the community. When you are someone who's been, through the fire. You know what I mean? I've dealt with incarceration. I've dealt with being, shot, having to deal with rehabilitation and having to rock all over again, taking years, being up, being down, and then, having to literally crawl your way back up, you know what I'm saying, type of shit. So, Louisville was definitely a you get what you give type of city, you know what I'm saying? You give a lot of love, you get a lot of love. You get some hate, you're gonna get some hate, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is, like I said, any other times, man, just, be positive, enjoy yourself, you know what I mean? You're just like any other city, you're gonna get what you're looking for, you know what I mean? So whether it be good or bad, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, I can feel that. Do you
Mhm.
got any siblings?
Yeah, man. I have a brother down in Atlanta, Mitchy Black. He's doing his music down in Atlanta. I also have a brother right now. He's in Feds right now, so he should be home in another 2, 3 years. He's been down there for a little minute. Three sisters, another brother up here in Atlanta. So it's a few of us out here, you know what I'm saying? So it's quite a few, probably was a Rolling Stone, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So did you play any sports or anything when
Yeah,
you
man. I actually played football. I played with Wagner. I ain't, trying to one room, but I was a super athlete, man. Super fast. Like 4.3 40s. I think I had like a 44, 45 inch vert, throw the ball super far. But like I said, man, being a product of my environment, steered me away from the field more than kept me on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I said, I had to hang my cleats up. I had a child, man, at 17. You know what I mean? So it was a little hard trying to, play sports, go to school, keep the job, you know what I mean, do all that. So one had to go, so of course it had to be the sports, especially when you don't have the backbone support, you know what I'm saying, system, especially having that father figure, that real strong male to keep you on track, man, so I got lost in the sauce, you know what I mean, just like anybody else, but same time, like I said, it ain't where you from, it's where you at, I work hard to be where I am,
absolutely. So as far as so out of all the things that you're involved in right now, what did you get into first?
I actually started the Mopar movement here in Louisville, man. Partner of mine actually formed the first club. It was 502, Mopar 502. And what they did was got a bunch of the chargers and challengers together. But a lot of stuff, it's a lot of things they did was more or less kind of sit in parking lots when the sun started going down, they going home. So, I chopped it over with the big homie and I was like, yo, I think I want to start my own thing. I see where I can take this to a whole nother level, man. So I started recruiting my own chargers and challengers for, one car turned to 10, 10 turned to 20 for, I was able to push a button and put 60, 70 charges on your street at any given moment, you know what I'm saying, type of thing. So I started to use that to give back to the community, bringing people together. Because at the time, when I jumped into the car club thing, before that, I had got shot. So at that time, I was doing music, fucking with a lot of different artists and things like that. And I was actually on the brink of dealing with Interscope over in Cali. So ironic shit is I pushed my flight off, you know what I mean, to stick around for a derby weekend here, to, show my family around who had never been to Derby, who, what I'm saying, just they're all in my age group coming to see me. I ain't seen them in years, so it's one of the type of, hey man, so I pushed it off to the following week, and sure enough, I got hit up, you know what I mean, got shot, and then it sat me down for damn near 2 years, dragging for a year. But when I jumped into the car club scene, it actually, I was like, okay, I got to figure out a way to get back in that position I was right before I'm ready to sign the deal. You know what I mean? I'm going to get all this together, woo, woo, woo. But for the most part, I was like, shit, we're going to do some community shit. And the more we start doing the community thing, really getting involved, I kind of fell in love with the giving back, you know what I'm saying? Of, making sure kids in the hood got food. We done gave over 200 plus beauty rest pillows to the homeless that sleep up under our viaducts. Last year, my fashion show, you look up here, I swing it up. That is Tops Magazine. That's our city publication. They came out and covered my fashion show called Dealers After Dark, where I was actually able to get the mall to let me host my fashion show after hours, decorated up, invite tons of models. So that event, I raised, I think it was like 5,100, and I gave that to the home of the innocent kids over there, you know what I'm saying, making sure they had some things. I mean, just giving back just took a life of its own. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, I had to leave the car club scene, due to, certain folks not really wanting to grow up, you know what I'm saying, and didn't really see the vision that I had as far as pertaining to unifying people and, giving back to the community type of thing. You feel what I'm saying? So I separated, started doing my own thing, kind of let that do their thing. And then next thing you know, shit just start taking off for me. Now I deal with Norton's, I deal with Humana, I'm dealing with AMP here in Louisville. Like I deal with a lot of the major corporations, and all of them love what me and my team do. BMG is my company, Brown McKinsey Group. Me and my partner. But we also started what's called Louisville Fly Society. You know what I'm saying? What's that is a men's group that is catered to one dressing dapper. You know what I'm saying? We suit ties, blazers, all that type of thing. Secondly, mentoring kids, speaking in schools. You know what I'm saying? Just being all out positive males for our community. Basically trying to change the narrative, so to speak. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm able to connect with different organizations that are already out in the community doing things that need positive Black males, you know what I'm saying, or just positive males in general. I don't need to discriminate against anyone who wants to come do better and be better, you know what I'm saying? So right now, I think we're up to about 50 or 60 members. We've only really been active for about 3-4 months, but in those 3-4 months, we've been able to make a hell of an impact, man. I look forward to seeing what we do.
Well, yeah, absolutely, man. That's something that's kind of rare when I think about it. Um, Especially in all the cities that I've been to, because I traveled a lot, and just think of, especially amongst those minorities, when you can get a whole bunch of minorities together and just be on something positive, no matter if it was the community stuff, just positive in general. You know what I'm saying? For everybody to not, put egos aside and just know what's the main thing. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, most definitely. I think that's what's wrong with us in our community in a whole is we so ego driven. Everything is, macho ego driven. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to digress some, man. You know what I'm saying? I think, if we could digress just a little bit and see that not everybody is trying to harm you or not everybody is trying to take from you, you know what I'm saying? But we have to try to change the programming that's happening right now, which is the hard part. The shit these youngins watch on TV and social media. Like I speak at a lot of these high schools and middle schools, but majority high schools here. You know what I'm saying? And a large majority of them don't even realize the seed that is being planted. You know what I'm saying? As far as like through the music and through the media, our culture's music it's the only culture that preaches genocide amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? You listen to any other genre of music, love songs or whatever, even our love song, it's just like super overset. You remember, like, you think about it back in the day, you listen to Casey or JoJo or Keith Sweat, any of them older artists, a lot of their messages so subliminal that it went over the kids' heads in the cars that they you had to actually be an adult and understand what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So now you can tune in at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with a child in the backseat who's 11 listening to, you know what I'm saying, fuck nigga free. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, we have to, really teach these youngins that what they watch is fake. You know what I mean? It's all hype and bullshit to be already real with you, man.
And the thing is, man, I've been thinking about this a lot lately because, and then and it's like as I get older, I kind of find myself growing into myself and not being on both sides of like something. I'm like being like, all right, I'm standing on this type of thing. So like, one thing I don't really respect about music artists today, especially the ones that got large platforms, is that I understand to a certain extent, when they talking about all the stuff that they've been through when they first coming out, when they talk about, all the stuff, when you was homeless and things like that, getting
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
up,
When you what key words you said
yeah,
when you first was coming out.
yeah,
When you first was coming out. But go ahead, my bad.
but now when it's like, I say probably 5 years, I give you 5 years when you get used to money and things like that. But after like 5 years, I mean, it's like, come on, bro, like freaking, I don't think, um, and it's really on their circles because a lot of people like that, like having yes men around them, so they're not going to tell them, what I'm
Yeah,
saying, that they wrong or anything.
yeah, for real.
But but I think it's more important for people with those platforms, music artists or whoever, what I'm saying, figures to be like, look, I know y'all might see me as this and that. And at that point, I was that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm lied about anything I said in those songs, but at the same time, bro, when I leave here from talking to y'all, I got a 10,000 square feet mansion I'm going to, and I got a butler that's finna cook me whatever I tell her to cook. I'm not in the trenches no more. You know
You
what I'm
feel me?
saying?
Behind a gated wall, behind a gated community. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I totally agree, man. And that's the thing, like the message is missing. You know what I mean? Like we're so infested with trying to just collect as much bread as possible. You know what I'm saying? That you missing opportunities to actually connect. You know, like you can see, when I'm riding down the street and I see these youngins with their earbuds in, and these motherfuckers is just doing their thing. You know what I mean? Like, they in their zone, but it's like they just so zoned out. You know what I mean? It's like zombies almost. You know what I mean? Like to the music type of thing. They just ready to, prove their hardness. Everybody walking with sticks. Everybody's an op. You know what I'm saying? All of that. But like I said again, we are the only culture that makes it that way. Like I said, if you think about it, bro, the black men killing off each other first and foremost. High incarceration rates, you know what I'm saying, amongst us second. Some guys aren't even, dealing with women. You know what I mean? They're dealing with men. So that's, another situation. You feel what I'm saying? So our black women are left out here to fend, to be fuck nigga free. You know what I mean? Because there's so much bullshit that come at them. You feel what I'm saying? They got to take on the role of a man because the man is too busy doing all this other shit that they trying to emulate that they watching on TV. You dig what I'm saying? That's getting them locked up, shot up, dead, and leaving these youngins, to figure that on their own. So, like I said, man, I done been through all that shit. You know what I'm saying? My resume out here, you know me. Yeah, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? But that ain't what I, hang my hat on. I like showing them, the other side of what I do. Me being able to pick up a phone and call a politician. You know what I'm saying? And they pick up the phone. Or call the director of Norton's Hospital and they pick up the phone and, walk into a CEO's office without invite, just sit right in the chair. Like that's the stuff that I try to let these youngins see, that they can do. The ones that sitting right here in the same streets that I was walking when I was doing my thing with my music, running around with, an AK sitting on my front seat with CDs and an ounce of weed to sell. You know what I'm saying? So it was some other shit, man.
Yeah, and another thing that kind of struck with me too when you was talking earlier was the community. I used to do security for Skinny, Free Skinny, and
Yeah,
I remember when he did a toy drive. It was in 2021 when he was on River Road, and when I seen all those families come in there. And I used to hear about tour drives and stuff like that, but that was my first time being up and close and personal, seeing people reactions. So when I
mm,
was seeing how those moms was like in tears and seeing how
yeah,
happy the kids was and stuff like that, that made me uh want to get involved in doing things like that. So this past Christmas was my first time doing a toy giveaway. So me and Virtue partner up, and then me and Tone and like another person gave away a whole bunch of toys, and I gave away a PlayStation and a gift card to a family in need. But that
Yeah,
was when I had seen that, that just had stuck with me, because I used
right,
to be in a car club too, and we used
right.
to feed the homeless on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But
Yeah. What club did you ride with?
I was in Oklahoma. We had a thing called Relentless,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
but we when it came to giving those toys and things like that away, I was like, I was just like, man, I got to start doing this because I was like, after the fact, that whole week or two after that, I was like, man, I just feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man, I'm telling you, like now you see how easy it is for that to be contagious. You know what I'm saying? Like once I really start, like you said, I'm seeing these kids, man, who literally don't have anything, man. Me and my car club homies, we got together multiple car clubs and we did a big shoe giveaway to the Home of the Innocents. You know what I'm saying? The Home of the Innocents sent me a list of kids. It was like 60 kids on the list. You know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to do, see me, I'm into fashion. So I know how it is when you want to put on different shit to go with different things, you know. So one pair of kicks ain't gonna go with every single outfit you got on. So I wanted the kids to get that feeling of being able to look in there and have 3, 4 pair of tennis shoes, that they could choose from. So what I did, I duplicated that list and I gave it to all the clubs in there. You know what I'm saying? That way, each one of them clubs was gonna buy a shoe for the kids on there. So the kids' names was on the box. You know what I mean? So you get 4 different boxes. Of course, the clubs ain't going to get 4 of the same kind of pair of shoes. So now you got 4 different pair of shoes with your name on it. So we was able to, I think our total shoes count was almost 600 pair. You know what I'm saying? Total. And made sure all of those kids, got multiple pair of shoes to be able to switch up and, check out what they good, check they fresh, what they good. So man, I'm telling you, bro, when I started doing this, it just snowballed. You know what I mean? And it put my music, to be real, on the back burner. I still deal with music like I deal with more of the bringing people in and putting them in the studio aspect of it, dealing with graphic designers and video artists, photographers, and, having news plugs, actual, Wave 3, WLKY, you know what I mean? Like real news plugs where I got them to eat with them and chop it up on things that I'm going to be doing, you know what I'm saying, and bring it now. So man, the give back after when more people realize that, the more blessings they get. I'm telling you, like people gotta stop being so greedy, you know what I mean? And just realize giving is where it's at.
yeah, and then one thing I was thinking about too, I was just like, even for the people that can't give away big, like me and some other people did, or just other people I've been around. I was just thinking, just on a smaller scale, I was like, all the BS that we spend money on throughout the year. I was like, everybody know at least that one person that's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying, in your life, whether you know them personally or you might know of them or you might see them in passing or something like that. I was like, you can't tell me that you don't have at least an extra $200 to just be like, hey, here. I mean, I know it ain't much, but hey, go cook your family
Right.
a good dinner for holidays or something, cheer them up, or you know what I'm saying? Because even um I know even at times when I was a kid, when we didn't have much, just a simple, gathering, a positive gathering, eating good food and stuff would keep you happy, and fellowshipping with your people and stuff would keep you
Yeah.
happy. Not think about, the stuff that you was going through at that particular time. But yeah, so about the motivational speaking, that's
Yeah.
something that's real interesting to me, speaking to kids, because me having a platform and things like that. And I follow a lot of motivational speakers. Like I love Eric Thomas.
I'm about to say ET, you listen to ET, Eric
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah, I
He's
love
tough.
Eric Thomas, man. But you want to know somebody I like a little bit better than him?
Mm.
Inky
Who's that?
Johnson. I
Who's
love
that?
Inky Johnson.
Yeah, he's dope too.
I
He's dope
love
too.
Iggy, man. That's my number one right there, man. I
Yeah,
love.
Iggy's dope. Iggy's dope. I like Les Brown. Les Brown, he's real dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I get up in the morning, man, and that's part. Like I'm up usually about 4:30 a.m. Whether it be meditating, stretching, getting my word. You know what I'm saying? Crack my windows open. Thank the Lord for another one. But I try to make sure I get some of that in me at some point in the early morning, man. You know what I mean? Kick that day off right. Like, it's just I've created, a habit of like trying to just be better. You know what I mean? Like that has to truly be a habit for somebody who's accustomed to just doing whatever and just living, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever, you know what I'm saying? So you have to really be on purpose about a lot of different things. Like, I try to, I'm overly thankful sometimes, you know what I mean? For times where I know that I might have been inconsiderate, you know what I mean? Type shit, even in my relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, you, I think about where I could have done things differently, and then I apply that. You feel what I'm saying into what's going on right now. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, like after you get to a certain point, you don't want to keep hitting your head over and over again with certain shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just where it is with that, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So go in detail, man. 'Cause I know as far as like, um around the time where you first started speaking to middle and high school kids, man. I know that had to
Yeah.
be a big investment, man. Just
Man, the first school I did was actually male high school. And it's funny going to these schools because it gives me flashbacks of when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? Of like, I remember me and my partners trying to cut school to get in there. You
mm,
know what I'm saying? Type of thing. And I'm walking in different areas and like, oh man, I know we ran through this way, get checked by security, all that type of stuff. So some of these schools, bring back true flashbacks. But Western was the next one. Then it went to Shawnee. I got to speak to them probably about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago, freshman, sophomore, then junior and seniors. I try to split them up, you know what I mean? And when I'm speaking to the entire school, freshman, sophomore, and junior, senior, it's two different type of talks they need. You know what I'm saying? Like these is coming on in and these is headed on out. You know what I'm saying? So it's two different things. So sitting them in there in one room, you kind of trying to, differentiate the two, and you can just split them up and go and dive into just that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the things is, man, what I've noticed is like these kids, man, when you give respect, but you also truly demand respect in a way that you give respect while you're doing it, it's crazy, man. The outcome I've had, man, like to be able to be at Shawnee High School, a school that is considered, one of the worst schools in the city as far as behavior, type of thing, and having an auditorium full of kids. Those kids were so well behaved. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had to remove. I have like 3 or 4 girls who was just couldn't help but to keep acting silly. But once we did that and got those few bad apples out of the bunch, the entire, auditorium was truly focused on everything that I was talking about. And like I let some of the teachers know, and also before I talk, I'm like, sometimes these kids just need someone that they can disappoint. You feel what I'm saying? If there's nobody that they can disappoint, no one that is there to I don't want to say reprimand, lecture them, or just kind of just what was you thinking, man? You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. Then they just doing whatever the hell they want to do. There's no repercussion. You know what I'm saying? You got the laws where you can't grab a switch anymore and you get turned up little legs, and you can't even really sit them in the punishment like you do. Let's isolate. It's all different rules to parenting now. So, I think just trying to find that balance on respect with the kids goes a long way. I mean, I've had some conversations, man, with some of those kids after my talks, and some of them kids are going through so much. Like I had a young man come to me after one of my things, he said, Mr. Fonz, he said, I appreciate you coming. He said, can I ask you, how should I deal with people that just disrespect you? You know what I'm saying? And like I told him, one, you pray for 'em. That's the first thing. You know what I mean? So you just keep focused on what you're trying to do. Keep your blinders on. If it feels any physical, of course, let somebody know. Don't let it escalate anything. I gave the best advice that I felt like I could. You know what I'm saying? And then the young man turned around and said to me, "What if it's my mother?" You feel me? So I'm like, of course the Bible says honor thy mother, honor thy father. That's the first thing, I threw after Adam, but to just feel where he was like him really want to figure this out with his mom. I gave him my person. I'm like, this is more than a conversation for a quick 2 minutes right here. That's deeper. You know what I mean? So I gave the young man my number. He's actually called me once. We've chopped it up on the phone. So a lot of these kids, like I know I can't be there physically for every last one of them, but I answer my phone 100 miles an hour anyway. So any one of these kids that are in need of just having someone, like ain't nobody to talk to, you know what I'm saying? Shoot me a text or something, I'll reply back. You know what I mean? Some of these kids is, on the verge of possibly killing themselves. You'll never know. You know what I mean? Because folks is just too busy for them. You know what I mean? So I'd rather put myself out there like that, man. Allow those kids to reach out to me and I give them those words of encouragement when I can, shit like that, man. So being able to speak in these schools and platforms has just been a blessing. And it's given me an opportunity to recruit for my men's Global Fly Society. These seniors coming out of high school that need direction, like this group, man, that I deal with. I send you some more information on it too. It's huge with networking, you know what I'm saying? Brotherhood, big on community. I mean, you got all type of business owners in there, nonprofit organization folks in there. Like we all come together to make sure that we are on path for the common goal, make sure the kids are straight, you know what I'm saying? So we want to get the young ones early. You know what I mean? The ones that 17, 18 years old, get them involved in a lot of shit. Like you said, once you get that taste in your mouth, you might not want to get rid of it. That's absolutely what's needed with some of these kids, man, that I'm speaking to.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I think another thing that's important that I have to say too is I think that's a very important lane in our community as far as black men speaking to minority kids, but also not waiting for that NFL player or that NBA star to come back, you know what I'm saying, and do it. Like,
You don't have to be a star, man. You don't have to be NBA, NFL. You don't have to be a rapper, a singer, none of that. It's just truly about wanting to really do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been able to pull off some immaculate shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because people believe in how much I want to get this done. People believe in the fact that I want to make sure these people got that. You know what I mean? Like I don't bullshit with that. You know what I mean? Like I said, me having this bullet that's still left in my body. You know what I'm saying? Like is a constant reminder. Sometimes I have to walk through my pain still. You know what I'm saying? When my shit start hurting. So that's a constant reminder to me that I don't have to be here. You know what I mean? Like if I talk you through that real moment of how close this was, up close and personal, it really happened to me. Like you be like, man, you truly blessed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at anybody's situation and take it light. You know what I mean? Whatsoever.
yeah, absolutely, because I got stuff going on in my personal family with some of my siblings and things like that. And they just having to go through growing pains and just learn, as they get older. But like my dad stresses this a lot, and a lot of people just don't realize, like the basic responsibilities of being an adult. And I just feel like, we need more men, women, whoever, you know what I'm saying, to speak to younger generations about, it's cool to dream and have bigger things that's bigger than yourself that you want to accomplish. But at the same time, uh, the basic things as a US citizen, everyone can do, you know what I'm saying? Whether that be, you know, by the time you 25, 26 years old, you should be able to have you a stable job. You should be able to
Yeah,
have health insurance, dental insurance,
yeah,
have car insurance, have
yeah.
go to work every day, set good habits. Don't be late.
Right.
Just
And
so
I mean, you got
just
to
simple
create.
things like
You
that.
got to create. That's the key on what you just said is creating the good habits. You know what I'm saying? Like man, like I had a conversation, man, with this gentleman, man. We was at lunch and we was talking about, the difference between, our culture, our community and ownership of shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be land or property, you know what I'm saying, or just your businesses or whatever the case may be. And the big difference, this guy that I was talking to, it was actually him and another gentleman. One of them was the Caucasian gentleman, you know what I'm saying, he come from a middle class family. He's never wanted for anything type of situation. He knows that, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he's not one who doesn't understand where we come from. You know what I mean? So we're able to have these conversations without it being, any ripples in the water, so to speak. You feel what I'm saying? So, we was having the conversation, and what I was letting him know is like our culture, we don't hash down the, here's the family business. You feel what I'm saying? You got to make sure your credit stays at this point. You feel what I'm saying? This is a 401k. This is a retirement plan. Like you said, make sure you have this life insurance. A lot of our culture, when the kid graduates or drops out of school, is you better hurry up and find a job. Learn how to go work for somebody. You feel what I'm saying? So as long as we continue to have the workers mindset, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for folks to learn how to earn something. We got to get into the mindset of owning things. Like with them, like I told him, I asked him, I said, you work for your father's business, correct? Yeah. How long your father's business been in rank? Like 1940 something. So that's been passed down generation to generation, you know what I'm saying? And they've been taught how to run a business. They've been taught how to utilize credit. They've been taught how to get and pay for land, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what's needed to keep this going year in, year out, keep that generational wealth going. And unfortunately, we don't have enough Black families showing our kids that. You know what I'm saying? We letting the internet teach our kids. You know what I'm saying? Social media, TMZs, and all of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? When we really have to just take the time and look inward. You know what I'm saying? And see that. My bad, I got these little things right here. Look inward and do better for us, and realize how much planting those seeds with them youngest man can be beneficial for the future.
Yeah,
Stop it.
yeah, absolutely. Because one thing I think about too is that people don't realize, you know, and I got people close to me that's currently wasting this period of their life, but people don't realize how valuable their 20s is. A lot of people think, 20s is just, oh, I'm just gonna turn up. And there's nothing wrong with doing that, but at the same time, you gotta have progress. Like I tell people all the time, I was like, I went to the military at 18. My plan was to do 20 years, but sometimes when you make a good decision, sometimes you be at the right place at the right time. I planned on doing 20 years. I ended up getting a couple of nagging injuries, and I ended up getting what I would have got for 20 years in 8 years as
Mm.
far as a retirement. So I was like, I took something serious for 8 years, and it gave me a retirement for the rest of my life. So, but I look at people all the time, whether that be, them just, oh, I'ma just be in the street, I'ma just hustle a little bit and then and not do nothing. And then I said, and I had a conversation with somebody the other day. I was like, man, everybody just thinks it's cool to just hustle and be this dude, just say, oh, I'm in the streets, just to say they in the streets. And I tell people that I was just, when people was laughing at me when I said it, but I was dead serious. I was like, bro, if you're not making at least six figures doing that, what's the purpose of doing it? Because I was like, if you're doing that just to make 50,000, you need to go to work.
You know what I
Hey,
mean?
it's plenty of jobs.
It ain't even worth the risk nowadays. It ain't even worth the reward. Between that and just these hating out here, these dudes who don't know how to hustle, they just want to rob something, shoot something. It's just the risk for it, it don't even weigh. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, again, what is being displayed is that's the way to go get it. That's the way to do it. So it takes guys like you, guys like me, who've been through something. You say you did 8 years and got something that took a lot of people 20. So in them 8 years, you had to have your blinders on like a fucking racehorse, focused on what you was trying to do. You locked in on this shit. And like that's all like we have to figure it out. We are some of the most we spend the most money in America. You know what I'm saying? But we supposed to be the brokers. Make it make sense. You feel what I'm saying? We spend the most money, but we supposed to be the brokers. Think about like I be saying this when I hear all these artists and shit talking about how much they blew on this and blew on that. Do you know how much profit and businesses you can start up if just the artists in your city, like you took Atlanta for instance, and every artist that really popped out of Atlanta, they can truly, instead of like being in situations where Young Thug is in right now, you know what I'm saying, where they point at him and everything, his own homeboys and all type of shit, you know what I mean? But if you are truly just dedicated to doing nothing but you being the ones, us being the ones who gentrification shit for ourselves, you feel what I'm saying? Provide them jobs for them brothers on the block so they can see that you can actually go work a nice job and get a paycheck. You feel what I'm saying? Don't drop 2, 3 bricks on 'em. You know what I mean? Like that's hustling backwards. You know what I mean? Like real talk. I've had to be real with you. Not deal with certain guys. Like I don't knock what you do. You know what I mean? I've been in that situation, but you're giving back to the community and my giving back to the community is coming from two different places. You feel what I'm saying? Type of thing. So I can't fool with that. And this respect thing, and a lot of they know me and it's some respect. I ain't never had no problem with it, even turning any of them down, because the things that I do, it does attract people that want to give back to the community. But like I told them at the end of the day, this is the real thing for me. This is not anything that's play, and I'm not gonna tarnish this damn near 10-year run I've had of, doing this for somebody that's just trying to play Nino, you know what I mean, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So I do me.
Yeah, absolutely. Because in a lot of situations, you have to think about, when you are doing that type of stuff, it's just the simple stuff that you're not able to do when you in that type of lifestyle and you making average money really. So I'm like, bro, like you can't go get a bank account. You 9 times out of 10, you don't have no credit, so you got to cash out for everything. So like it's like certain things you can't do, and you gotta have a woman attached to you because you can't put that in your name. So it's like you a walking liability. Like you might have a safe full of money, but you a liability because you didn't do it the right way.
And then what be fucked up and what happens is you know where this safe is. You know what I'm saying? But
Can't nobody
tragedy,
else know.
don't nobody know. And now everybody got to collect money to bury you because you ain't got life insurance. But everybody knows you got money somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But don't nobody know where. And it's just lost money out here for somebody to find. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, it's just a mentality, bro. Until we change the mentality in what we are actually allowing the media, social media, radio, all of that shit, you know what I mean, put in the youngest heads, this is going to be a continuous cycle unless we have just a magnitude of overwhelming men who is just on some, this is what we own now, to where this is the cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even looking at that. We ain't even fooling with that. You know what I'm saying? I got guys who 44, 45 still move like they're 22. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, at what age did you grow up? You got this young 19-year-old who you kicking it with. You know what I mean? 20 years old, man, when you could be showing him some real games, some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you still trying to be NBA young boy your damn self. You know, type shit, man.
Yeah. So how many kids are you or people in general are you mentoring right now?
Right now we are looking to deal with the Boys and Girls Club. I just literally left the YMCA over on 10th Street today, setting up a deal with them to come over and do mentorship. But like I said, more or less, we just have a lot of different organizations that we partner with and just, pop in like the spot, California Community Center. We deal with Brothers Healing Brothers, Play Cousins Collective, AMP, Molo Village. We just, anywhere there's an abundance of youth, you know what I'm saying, we apply pressure on making sure we send and dispatch guys over there to do whatever's needed. So that's a big no, you know what I mean? Like, because we all over with it, bro. Like, really, really all over with it, for real.
Oh,
Our
absolutely.
partners at Marvel, just like with them, Marvel's Transportation, that's a limousine company as well. That's how we travel around. So we'll pull up on kids with those two limos, let them get on them limousine and everything. So, just trying to show them something different, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So for everybody that follows you, what's some things you like doing in your spare time when you're not dealing with mentoring, motivation speaking, and all your other different ventures?
Man, EJ, to be all the way real with you, do nothing. Do nothing. Because I do so much. I'm on the phone all the time. I'm in front of the laptop all the time. I'm sitting in meetings all the time. Planning all the time. So soon as I got an opportunity to just do nothing, I just like chilling. I travel, you know what I'm saying? Me and my lady, we hop on a flight quick as hell. You know what I'm saying? Get out of Dodge. Once I'm out of Dodge, bro, I cut my phone off. I truly digress. You know what I mean? That's what I like to do. You know what I mean? But I'm here in Louisville, it's really like I go out to, network, but even when I'm just trying to go out and enjoy myself, it's hard because people see me and I'm constantly leaning over, listening to somebody talk all the time. You know what I mean? And it's always about something, they got going on or something they're trying to do, which I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world, you know what I'm saying? But, I have to leave to really do nothing. Real.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can feel that.
I'm sure I see how you move too. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sure you got digress the same way. Get on that Dodge one damn stuff.
Yeah, I'm always by myself. I've been a loner like a long time. Like, I like hanging with people, but like sometimes I could be people can see me for 6 straight weeks and then I
Yeah.
disappear for about 4 months and then people like, dang, where you been at? Like it just be like that,
Yeah, you gotta disappear sometime, man. You gotta get off the grid, man. Like I said, it's just, when you are actually doing something, like I said, you got this whole platform thing jumping. It take brain power, just trying to keep it fresh, trying to make sure you're coming up with new content, all of that. You know what I mean? So, like I said again, so how did that? I didn't get to catch the Freeway Ricky, interview, man. Did I miss that? Did you already
Oh,
do it?
oh no. So all my stuff pre-recorded, so I ain't dropped it yet. Like
Okay.
I got so many episodes right now. I got an episode coming out every week all the way through August 7th already.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I
So,
should be. I'm already
really,
going for it.
I drop every Monday at midnight. So, and the reason I do it like that, because when I was first doing it, I was dropping episodes same day, and
Mhm.
then I would get busy, and then 2 or 3 weeks would go by, and then make it look like I ain't did that. But one week I dropped like 3 or 4 episodes in a week, and I was like, well, I could have spreaded them out.
Yeah.
I was like, now I just got it like a machine. Like I drop 1 episode a week. If it's like an emergency type situation, like if it's an artist or something, they about to drop an album or something,
Yeah.
I might do 2 episodes a week, but most of the time it's 1 episode a week, and I drop every Monday at midnight. And I just pre-record, so if I get busy, my train's still rolling, it's still gonna come out, so I ain't got to worry about no content not coming out.
Mhm. That's what's up, man. Keep that shit rolling, man. As I said, hand talk to you. Come on.
Yeah, man. So what are your short and long term goals? What you want to accomplish?
Say it one more time.
What are your short and long term goals? What do you want to accomplish?
My short term goals, man, is really to get this Louisville Fly Society men's group truly established and a true staple in the city. You know, and I'm on the right path with that right now. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely on the forefront of my mind. Long term, me and my lady will be looking to possibly try to open a R&B type lab. You know what I'm saying? Where it's live R&B. You know what I mean? Kind of like back in the day, I used to come in there super dressed up every day. When you coming in there, not even having come out glasses. You know, not no paper cups, no nothing that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, just one step at a time, man. Just like I said, I manifest every day. You know, pray every day. So whatever blessings he drop on me is what I'm gonna take. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So for 2023, anything else that you know off the top of your head that you got coming for
And
2023?
I get my own day in Key to the City on West Side Day. West Side Day is the day I started 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It is a cleanup day where everybody comes out all through the west end of the city and clean up the streets. I partnered with Operation Brightside last year, a couple city council officials. This year I'm looking to partner with Ja'Cory Arthur. I've reached out to Charles Booker's camp. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting here another reply. We've actually been in talks. So once I nail down the date, because I got this calendar behind me, I got so much on it. I'm gonna nail down the date for that, and then I'm gonna send it over to Barbara Sexton Smith, the mayor's office, and they're gonna be coming out that day and awarding me that. You know what I'm saying? That's coming up this year. You know, so you're in the city, man. I shoot you an invite, man. Definitely you have a ball that day. You know what I mean? It's a great cause, man. Norton's is actually wanting to get behind that event, help sponsor me with that event, making sure it's a success.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I like to come to something like that because I be seeing people on either the news or just in general on social media. They get awarded stuff like that in the community, whether it be keys to cities or
Mm-hmm.
certain awards from politicians and things like that. But I never been to one in person. So
Man, me neither, bro. Like when I got the phone call, I had did a turkey giveaway this past year for Thanksgiving, where me and my squad BMG we gave away 500. Well, actually, our goal was 502. Our city's area code, but it ended up being like 526 turkeys that we ended up giving away to different families, and also had plenty of food trucks and things like that. The mayor came out that day, Greg Fisher, and he's been to a lot of events, just having to pop out, just with the type of events that I put on, things like that. So he sent his team over to me, told me what they was planning to do, got the ball rolling on it. And, once the transition happened where Greenberg took over office, Barbara Sexton Smith, she's in his cabinet. She's the one who's over handing out the keys to the city on, I guess we get some things like that. And my name came across her desk. She was actually the first politician to help me with West Side Day. You know what I'm saying? Neighborhood cleanup who actually got out there, got her hands dirty as well. You know what I mean? In the alleys and everything. You know what I mean? So we've been able to keep a nice connection with each other ever since then. So I look forward to that, man. You know, I seen a lot of people always ask me all the time, why don't I get nominated for all of these awards to be, going on through the city with all these community and, all of these different awards. And I'm like, I don't even be knowing about them when they come and I don't even pay attention and all that. So for me to, my first real award to be, get my own day in the city, key, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I never even thought about it whatsoever. For real, for real.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is dope, man. Especially you get that certificate and stuff, and you can frame it and
Yeah,
put it in your house, man. That they can get passed down from generations and generations.
yeah, man. And that's what it is. I want to change the narrative, man. Me and my life, my story. Like I said, I want when my kids Google my name, a lot of positive shit pop up. You know what I mean? A lot of accolades and just doing good in this community. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, absolutely. So, how do you want people to perceive you?
as a go getter, a leader. You know what I mean? I know I lead by example. I'm gonna hold myself accountable, and I'm gonna make sure I hold others accountable as well. I think sometimes I'm able to be misconstrued, but I can take criticism. You feel me? I've been able to sit back and take it on the chin from some of the best people that do it. You know what I'm saying? And I've had to learn that. And sometimes I found that a lot of guys don't like to be shown their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be able to accept it. Once you're able to be able to accept it, you know what I mean, and understand why, reveal that to yourself, then you'll be better off. When I was doing my counseling, therapy, and things like that, like I said, mental health, try to make sure my shit stay right. When I first started, it was tough. I think I was, a little difficult to kind of break, what I'm saying, with conversation, things like that. And I remember some stuff when he said, Mr. Brown, he said, you will never heal until you reveal. You know what I'm saying? It's pointless to keep coming if you never reveal, and that was the last of that conversation on that day. And that kind of set with me. So after that, my next session, I told myself just start talking a little more. And that led to a little more, and led to a little more, and led to a little more for you know it. Full blown conversation. And me scheduling myself, asking when can I come in, you know what I'm saying, to have those conversations. Us as black males need to realize there's nothing wrong with, getting counseling. There's nothing wrong with sitting and conversating with people because there's a lot of, trauma that maybe tucked away that you don't really realize you have. You know what I'm saying? As a young black male growing up. So I found it super beneficial for me. You know what I mean? Like super, super beneficial. So I had to do that to be able to tell my son, you know what I'm saying? Like let him know it's okay, that I've been through. So
Absolutely, I can feel that. So, give me a Mount Rushmore. Give me your top five people that influence your life that you look up to.
top five people that influenced my life I look up to. One, my first she's passed away as my grandma, early in the truth, She was somebody who truly believed in everything that I did. You know what I'm saying? Even when I did some wrong, she didn't believe I did it. You know what I'm saying? Just no matter what. And always supported me. You know what I'm saying? My mother, of course, you know what I mean? I had two that I'm gonna use as one because they're married. You know what I'm saying? It's my old football coach, Louis Dover and Alicia Dover. You know what I'm saying? They are two, they're actually white Caucasians. I had to live with them for a few years, due to a lot of people kind of, I don't want to say gave up, but kind of gave up, you know what I mean? So I wanted to play football, and they were gracious enough to open up their homes and, really show me some of the things that was needed at the time to, grow up and be a little bit more man, So it opened my eyes to a lot of stereotypes and faults when dealing with uh, the other race, you know what I'm saying, type of thing. So them, there will be three. Uh, Let me see, who was it? His- my stepfather, Mark, he been through a lot, real street, you know what I'm saying? In and out penitentiary, it's crazy to say that, him with his background, but I think his mishaps, you know what I'm saying, his shortcomings and him being able to sit down and really, explain to me why and how it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? The things that he was going through serious out in the streets, man. So to see him be able to, uh, get out and adapt to society, you know what I'm saying? And understand that he can be better. I've watched him be better. You know what I mean? So I think, yeah, a lot of mine, a lot of these close families and all of that. You know what I mean? Like I admire a lot of different people there. So I love listening to the things that I watch. You know what I'm saying? It's speaking. It's speaking. All different type of people. I truly, as far I watch more interviews with people than I watch TV. But the one my true heroes are the ones who truly affected my life hands on. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I like that list right there. So closing remarks, man. Anything else that you want to let the people know that you got going on, and let people know how
Yeah,
keep
man. Be
up
on the
with
lookout for Dealers After Dark Fall Passion Show 2. St. Matthew's Ball. We're looking to do that October. I think the date is October the 15th. We give back to, like I said, it's looking like we're going to be getting back to the YMCA this year. So we'll be doing that. We have a cosplay show. I want to say we're doing that in April, a cosplay runway where, a lot of these folks dress up in all these different characters, anime, all of that hip hop cosplay runway type of thing. So we gonna keep it turned up, but at the same time we're gonna,
it.
bring letting folks be able to do their thing. Tomorrow I meet with the owner of Mark's Transportation to look at this building called Smart Ready, to actually start getting the ball rolling on upscale events, you know what I'm saying? Like grown sexy type of things where it's not just a one night thing all the time. Like I'm looking to have a masquerades in the shoe ball, so I've seen information for that. Like I said, man, I appreciate the opportunity to sit on your show and ask for man. I wish you the best and hopefully this thing, wherever you try to go.
Yeah, absolutely, man. How can people keep up with you on social media and things like
Yeah, Fonz Brown, Fonz Brown on Facebook, on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You can shoot me an email, brownfonz502 at gmail.com. I'm always on there. So either one, like I said, hit me up. I respond automatically. Just, as long as it ain't some BS, I ain't got time for it. But if it's really talk about something, we'll get right back with you, man. So hopefully I hear from some of your folks.
that? Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, man. And, anytime you want to come on, you come on anytime. I don't just do
I'm gonna have to invite
interviews.
you out, come live. We should do one of your shows live at one of my spots, man, at one of my events or something like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to have you out. I always have a media section, you know what I mean? I see you right over with the Spectrums, the WLKYs, and everybody else, you know what I mean? So you can get you some of the coverage too. Man, we can definitely head washing at each other. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Just let me know. I just don't do interviews. I do real topics too. Where I'm talking about police brutality, child support, 50-50 in relationships, should you kick your kid out at 18 years old? But the
Mhm.
whole reason of me starting a podcast was because I'm a big advocate on behavior health based on all the stuff I've been through in the military, losing close friends and things like that when I was in Afghanistan.
Yeah,
So I just know that mental health is very important. So I know that
yeah,
uh, that especially among minorities, because we've been trained to just accept bad treatment over the years and then just have to, just keep pushing.
deal with it.
I just feel like, we have to have more conversations amongst each other to know, hey, just because this person might be a millionaire and this person gotta go to work every day don't mean that y'all not going through the same things, to get
Yeah,
reassurance to know that everybody
facts,
go through similar things.
facts. That's facts. That's facts as hell, man. Like you said, that's super facts, brother. We'll tap into all of that. And yeah, one more shout out too. Just got my partnership with my people over at 2-3 Zone in St. Matthews Mall, where they got all the exclusive J's and things like that. I'm looking to actually do my own podcast. I really can't speak just about the confidential stuff right now. I can't speak too much on what we're putting together, but one thing that I'm doing with them, I'm gonna have different exclusive tennis shoes that will be raffling off every week. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to go into the store. One of them J's will be $450, $500. $20 raffle ticket. You can win your present J's, except so. I got a lot going on myself now. I'm gonna outside of this, and we can definitely see what we can make out.
Well, yeah, absolutely, man. Anytime you want to come on, just let me know. And then anybody that you got partnerships with, if they want to come on, because I don't interview all type of people. I don't have no more selling authors. I don't interviewed a couple business owners in the city already. And I don't interview, platinum selling artists and all type of people. So,
Yeah.
you wanna if they want to come on, just let me know. You can give 'em my information of how to get in contact with me.
Likewise, man. Likewise, you got my stuff, and then I got yours. We can go from there, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And this wraps up another episode of the Eric J. the Great podcast, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. And everybody tap in with Fonz Brown in the city, man. If you're in Louisville or you visit
Absolutely.
Louisville, come tap in with him. He's a great person, got a lot of good things going with the community. And the most important thing, he's touching our next generation. So, you always have to respect someone that reaches down and touches the people that's gonna come behind us, the generation behind us. So, because they're the future, and you have to make sure their mindsets is not set on the BS. Make sure they're going on a straight path. So,
Right.
I respect you for doing that because a lot of people just chooses not to, which is nothing wrong with that because it's not for everybody. But we do need more people to take up and take those steps of leadership in our community.
That's exactly what we need, bro. Exactly what we
But absolutely, man. Well, you have a good night, bro.
need. Hey, you have a blessed one, man. I'm gonna be here. Man. Holler at me too as well if you need me, homie. Anytime.
All
Shout out EJ.
right.